The elephant in the room. How do you deal with it? So what do I mean by an elephant in the room? It'll be something that stands out about you, the way you're walking, the way you present yourself, that isn't planned as a part of your presentation to draw intrigue or attract intrigue. But undoubtedly it will attract that intrigue, which is exactly why my advice to you would be to address that elephant in the room. So it's hard to give you an example because everything is different and depends, that old adage, but let me have a go at giving you some. So it may be that you have got a patch over your eye, you might have an arm in a plaster, you may not be dressed in a way that people would be expecting you to. And at that point, I'm repeating that isn't a planned part of your presentation. All those kind of unusual things about you will have your audience wondering. And if you don't want them to be wondering about those things because you want them listening to what you're going to be saying, and those things that they're wondering about are not an integral part of your presentation, then I would say you are best to explain them, get them out of the way so that they're not left wondering and they can then concentrate on what you have to say. So if you have got a patch over your eye, you can kind of make light of it as best you can. You might be in a lot of pain, but if you're there giving your presentation, I guess you've managed that. And you can say, actually, I'm just going to get the elephant out of the room. Let me explain why I'm sporting a pirate patch or whatever it is in your own way, and explain what's happened and then move on to the content. You might start your presentation first in the way you usually do and that you've planned to do to get that impactful opening, but very, very quickly raise the issue and explain it. Because, as I say, if you don't, your audience will be thinking about it, they will be distracted by it, they will be constructing their own narrative around it, which almost certainly won't be correct, and it will be distracting from your point. Just to give you a quick story on this, I went to start a brand new job the day after a bank holiday Saturday, and I went in to my job with two enormous black eyes. Now, I chose not to explain initially why I had these two black eyes. I was working in a legal office where domestic abuse was high on our list of awareness, I would say. And all day long, nobody asked me why I had these two black eyes. And I was thinking, I can't believe it. Surely somebody's going to say, what on earth have you done? But because everybody was so attuned to the possibility of domestic abuse, nobody liked to ask. I actually had got my black eyes from a windsurfing accident. Otherwise I wouldn't have been at work. But all the while they were thinking and wondering and making up a story as how I'd got my black eyes. Now, in that work scenario, that didn't really matter. But for you, as a speaker, a storyteller, where you want the attention on what you want your audience to hear and learn and take away from you, you don't want them to be worrying about whatever your black eyes are. So address the elephant in the room, get it off the table, and get on with the content and the purpose that you're there for. And if you need any help with that, please get in touch. I'm sure I can help.